Take off towards one of the most brutal battlefields in Syria, protected by heavily armed gunships. The Russian army is taking us to the former ISIS stronghold Deir ez-Zor.
Even though the Syrian and Russian armies have managed to push ISIS back, there still are a lot of ISIS fighters here in this area. That's why taking the helicopter is the safest way to get to Deir ez-Zor.
After landing in this dusty desert town close to the Iraqi border, the Russian army takes us to the city center. ISIS ruled most of Deir ez-Zor for more than 3 years and besieged government-held parts of the town. Now, commerce is returning here.
No, Russia is a friend, a very, very good friend. We like Russia. We respect and appreciate them. What Russia did for us is so great. Their efforts are too great to describe.
The Syrian army and its Russian backers are continuing their offensive against ISIS in southeast Syria, trying to win back the remaining parts of this key town, which remains scarred by the fighting.
This area here used to be right on the front line between Syrian government forces and ISIS. And the entire area that you see behind me here, all of these sand berms, just a few days ago, those were ISIS fighting positions.
The Russian military says it believes a victory in Deir ez-Zor would put them close to ousting ISIS from all of southeastern Syria.
Our forces have already pushed ISIS about 5 to 6 kilometers away from the city on the left side of the Euphrates. But the most important thing is the blockade on the city has been lifted and the people are receiving humanitarian aid.
But gains are quickly reversed in the eastern Syrian desert, and Russia warns while the forces they support have been moving forward fast, tough battles still lie ahead. Fred Pleitgen, CNN, Deir ez-Zor, Syria.
These strikes near the city of Homs is not under control of ISIS, of the Islamic State. So already we are seeing the true intentions of Vladimir Putin, which is to maintain a strong position in Syria, his foothold in the Middle East, and his propping up of Bashar Assad. Bashar Assad.
We need to make the Iranians pay a price in Syria. We need to make the Russians pay a price. The other thing I would do...
We make them pay the price by killing Russians?
Yes.
And killing Iranians?
Yes. Covertly. So you don't tell the world about it, right? You don't stand up at the Pentagon and say, we did this, right? But you make sure they know it in Moscow and Tehran. Here's the other thing I want to do. I want to go after those things that Assad sees as his personal power base, right? I want to scare Assad. So I want to go after his presidential guard. I want to destroy his presidential helicopters. I want to make him think we're coming after him, right?
So you don't tell the world about it, right? You don't stand up at the Pentagon and say, we did this.